is Zahra and I'm a mechanical engineer interested in operations management. So in this lecture I'm going to teach you to solve one of the problems, specifically problem 4.9 of this book, which is operations management, sustainability and supply chain management, by J. Heiser, Barry Render, and Chuck Munson. So, I chose chapter 4, which is forecasting, and we're going to solve a few questions. So, the one that I chose for the first one is problem 9. Let's go dig into it. I have one open Excel here, which is very helpful for solving these questions, and I found them very efficient for students' use. Let's go through the question. Lenovo uses the ZX81 chip in some of its laptop computers. The prices for the chip during the past 12 months were as follows. Okay, so A wants a 2-month moving average on all the data. So we just don't plot the data, we just do the calculations in this video. And next one is a 3-month moving average. The other one is asking which one is better based on mean absolute deviation, which is MAD. And the last one wants us to use exponential smoothing with different values for alpha, and again using the mean absolute deviation to find out which one is the best. So basically this question is telling us that we need to predict the values for the price per chip in these months with some of the forecasting methods. Alright. So the first thing I'm gonna do is that I'm going to write all this information to this Excel sheet. The first part of the question asks for the moving average. So basically a 2-month moving average here is finding the average of the 2 previous months and put them for the next month. So for here we cannot use the 2-month moving average for the month of January because we don't have the 2-month period information, and the same thing applies for the month of February. So we go directly to month March. So here I'm just gonna type here, so it should be the average of the 2 previous months. So I'm gonna just say the average function here and just press enter. Alright. So, and then you would just drag all this column down. These are the forecasted values for the months March from December, and these are the actual ones. The other part of the question is asking for a 3-month moving average. So with the same logic, we just start from the month of April and simply using the function average. Another method is that we just click right here and we choose the average, the cells that we need. So in here it would be 3 cells, the average of 3 cells before April would be the forecast for the month of April. And then we just act like this, and these are the values for the month of April through December. Okay. So now we're looking for exponential smoothing method, which is another method for forecasting with the value of alpha of 0.5. So if we just look at the equations that we have here for new forecast, this is exponential smoothing equation. So we have the forecasted for the previous period here plus alpha times the actual value of the demand minus the previous period's forecast. So for the month of January it is equal to 1.8. So if we just go back here, it is asking us to choose $1.8 for January. So we need a starting point to start with exponential smoothing. Alright, we're just going to write the forecast for period 2 is the forecast for period 1, which is here. So we would write H4 and plus alpha. So for this one, alpha is 0.5 times, and then the actual value for the period 1. So the actual value for period 1, this is the actual column, so it is here. So it would be E4 minus the forecasted value of period 1. So it would be again H4 here. We just drag all these here, and here we have predicted values. We're just going to do the same. So in these two columns, just the value of alpha is changing. So we're exactly doing the same thing here. This would be for this one, and for the last one, oh, I think I forgot to change the alpha here. So it is 0.3. This is the first part of this question. So the fun part here is to decide which of these methods are better to use for forecasting. Well, one way is just to look at them visually, but the suggested method in this question is mean absolute deviation. So we need the absolute deviation here, and then we need to take the average of it. So I'm just going to write below these columns, I'm going to calculate the numerator of these MAD, absolute deviation, right here. I'm going to use one of the other functions of Excel. So I write abs stands for absolute, and I'm going to choose two of the first values for the predicted one. So it doesn't matter whether I choose this one first or the actual one, because this is the absolute. So I write this one minus this, and then I press enter. For others, we're just going to do exactly the same thing here. So just put one here, the other one there, press the enter. So for this one we have 12. And just this one. So just the last thing, I want to double check everything here. So this is this one minus this one, right? And this one so they should be exactly in the same row right here. Alright, and alright. So I have to find the average of these, which means sum them up and divide by the number of them, like number of the periods. So here I'm going to once again write the average function and then choose these here. Alright, average, and then choose all of these for this one. Average and these three. Okay, and then I can drag and do the same thing for these other two. So we can see here this one has the lowest MAD, so by 0.066, and this is for exponential smoothing with alpha of 0.5. So this one. Thank you so much. This was everything for this lecture. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to subscribe the channel.